Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How the hell are you? What's going on? Hey, you talking to Eyes on Smash Bros Radio, the only digital radio award-winning radio station located in Birmingham, Alabama, Jefferson County. So if you haven't done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, as well as you Facebook. And I'm Oz. You can find me. You can find me practically everywhere. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on uh, 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 Twitter, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So it's good to see you. Good to see you. My sinuses and allergies aren't as active as they were yesterday, so I'm doing pretty good. It's Hook Day. Yes, Lord. It's the 3rd of April. Hope you're doing well. Uh, got a lot going on as usual. Got a lot going on. 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 Where are my announcements? Where are my announcements? Let me put my eyes on. I think I can see, but let me make sure I can see. Hey, May 4th, Mommy and Me brunch. Join us for a magical cake decorating and floral class. Cake It with Pauline's. It's at noon. It's over at the Canvas on Morris. Experience the ultimate Mother's Day treat brought to you by the dynamic duo of Pauline's and Christopher Laurel. Don't miss out on this unforgettable event. Reserve your spot now and create special memories with your loved ones. Pauline's homemade.net for tickets. 2335 Morris Avenue, Suite 104, Birmingham. So that is May 4th. Yeah. May 4th, Mommy and Me brunch. Come out and create wonderful memories with your kids. Let them remember when they went to was baking with mom, and you'd be surprised how well the kids want to learn. They want to learn, and then knowing that their parents are there teaching them. Oh man, wonderful memories, wonderful memories. Then on May 18th and 19th, barbershop basketball tournament 5-on-5, youth and adult competition, live DJ, entertainment, food trucks, pizza party, carnival, kids $10, adults $15 for both days. Contact participating shops for tickets, trophies, and rings. For more information, call 205-200-9423, 1600 4th Court West, Birmingham, Alabama. You can get in touch with Raymond Shine. Get in touch with Raymond Shine. So once again, May 18th, 19th, barbershop basketball tournament, 5-on-5 youth and adult competition. Going to have live DJs, entertainment, food trucks, pizza party, carnival. Kids are $10, adults are $15 for both days. Contact participating shops for tickets, trophy, and rings. For more information, call 205-200-9423. 205-200-9423. 1600 4th Court West. 4th Court West. You have, what is it? I got to get the names down. Check with Raymond the Shop on 78. Link Up Cuts and Styles. 1011. And Men Attractions, Barber and Style. So I'll get more information out there for you for that. So please check them out. And then, hey, Oz is a proud sponsor of the Southern Bully Showdown Part 2. 1888 Kennel presents the Southern Bully Showdown Part 2, November 9th at the Bessemer Civic Center, 1130 9th Avenue Southwest, Bessemer. There are going to be 4 ICBO shows. So There are still slots available. So please, if you wish to participate, if you wish to donate, if you wish to sponsor, if you have a true food truck, or if you are a vendor, please get in touch with DeWine Hall, 205-460-6435, 205-460-6435 for more information. So those are three. And then I just found out about this one. It just popped up. This Saturday, Curtis Cut Dog Night will be at a pop-up Saturday in Big Bessemer, posted up with books and merchandise. Pop-up Saturdays, April 6th from 1 to 6 p.m. Networking event. Vendors are welcome. Saturday promotion videos. So I will get more information on that, so that way I can tell you exactly what's happening. So it's going to be good. 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 So I appreciate you tremendously. Appreciate you doing it tremendously. Let me get this out. So, you know, it is a shame. It is a shame that when you have competition, when you have championship, and all this rhetoric and uncalled for rhetoric, it disheartens me, because we fail to realize that the athletes are still young adults. They're still young adults, and those who have been blessed to be associated directly or indirectly with sports will know that in all areas you have to have that confidence. You have to have that drive. You have to have that motivation. You have to have that self-worth, self-value. And that can come off sometimes as being cocky, arrogant. Okay, it's part of the fucking game, all right? That's just part of it. You know, you want your children, you want your seeds, you want your legacy to have this confidence that, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm the number one. Yes, 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 yes. So I don't understand. I really don't. And I'm not even into sports. I don't understand all of this negative energy, this negative rhetoric. I mean, it comes down to one huge umbrella, as usual, when it comes to us as a nation. You have two Americas. You have a black America and you have a white America. And people say that, no, that's not correct. Well, then you haven't been paying attention too much, and you've had your head in the sands, or you had your heads up somebody's ass or whatever, to not even to want to even acknowledge that there are two Americas. And so, I don't understand that when LSU, well, in a way I do, but in a way I don't. When they walked out before the national anthem was played, I didn't see a significance in it. And of course, I'll stand for the national anthem, but I won't pledge allegiance to the flag. My only allegiance that I have, and the only pledge I'm going to give is going to go to the superior being that I believe in. So I'm not going to pledge allegiance to a piece of cloth. Now, I understand the significance. I understand the symbolic meaning of the national anthem and the flag from a white standpoint, from a mutant standpoint. But also, I understand when it comes to that same symbolic meaning, it doesn't have the same meaning for another culture. And see, I'm trying to get into the habit of using culture instead of using race because, again, I've been indoctrinated, I've been brainwashed to say that race is black and white. There is only one race, and that is the human race. There is only one race, and that's the human race. There's only one race, and that's the human race. Now, in the human race, there are different cultures. So I'm trying to indoctrinate and trying to relearn. And so instead of saying race, culture. So that flag that one culture has is not going to be the same from another standpoint or from another perspective. When you look at that flag from a mutant standpoint, we indoctrinated and we're brainwashed to think that yes, that flag resembles freedom and it resembles strength and all that rhetoric. And the national anthem is supposed to instill this pride and all. But we know the background of those items, those things. The national anthem is a racist anthem. If you know anything about Francis Scott Key, you know that it was a racist anthem. And so the flag, because of what the flag stands for, it's racist. It is a flag that represents brutality. It's a flag that defines murder, rape, lying, stealing, stabbing, drenched in blood, drenched in controversy, drenched in hypocrisy, drenched in malice, venom, because it is. Look at the history. Look at the history. Look at the history. Please look at the history in a pure, unadulterated, without the glasses on. Please look at our nation. Please look at our country in its raw form. They came over supposedly because of religious freedom. Then they get over here and then they started persecuting people who did not believe the same way. That's why, again, as I say, that's why you have the other colonies. And for the people on the Mayflower to want to be blue bloods, excuse you, if you really want to talk about blue bloods and whoever was the first over here, my family was the first over here. Check it out. Check it out. Bowling Green, Virginia. Check it out. We still have a homestead. Has a ghost. The ghost is one of the ghosts of Virginia. Bowling Green, Virginia. Richmond, everything south of Richmond, my family owned because it was a chartered land grant from the king. So I mean, so that don't mean nothing about you coming over here as being the first. Mine was already over here. We raised horses. Get over it. So for you to say that you came over here because of religious freedom, and then you started persecuting people because of their beliefs, why do you think you have Maryland? Why do you think you have Pennsylvania? Why do you think you have Rhode Island? And then on top of that, I was surprised to find out that Baptists were persecuted. We knew about the Mormons. That's why they hightailed it over to Utah. But Baptists were even persecuted. Surprised me. So we have always had some type of controversy. So you had these individuals to come over. Then instead of being friendly and being neighborly or whatever you want to call it, then you started persecuting the natives here. Then you started robbing them, lying to them, stealing from them. I mean, you started. You were just vicious with malice towards the natives. So you had the first individuals come over because of being persecuted. Then the persecutees became the persecutors, and that's why you got the other colonies. That's why you have Utah. Then the lands were stolen from the Indians, the natives. Then we got more greedy. Then we stole the land from Mexico. Then we started having all these problems. World War One, World War II, and then you started persecuting the Japanese Americans. And then on top of that, during the Trail of Tears and all, you robbed, you stole lands from the Indians and made them march from Alabama, for an example, from Alabama all the way to Mexico to what is it, Oklahoma. That's where you get the Trail of Tears, and a lot of individuals perished because of that. You know, you uprooted a people that had been there for years, and now from forest and greenery and uh, the climate and the water and all, then you shipped them, made them march over to a place that was barren, that is totally opposite. Then when you really want to look at it, you have where the Japanese Americans being in concentration camps. Then let's go back to the purpose, what you did to the slaves, and then on top of that, let's fast forward it. Now you want to erase everything. So see, you have two Americas. You have a black America, or you have one that is minority, and then you have the mutants, the white folks. And I don't want to hear, I do not wish to hear anything about, well, the Irish were slaves too. Don't want to hear, we're not talking about the Irish right now. That's a whole totally different subject. But anyway, we digress. So everything is coming as a bombardment. We're not even giving a chance to even catch a breath. And it's being more promoted. It's being more visible. It's being more boldly out there, slapping your face. Because you have this competition, and you see the little darlings, and then you see the villains, or you see the dark debutantes, and then you see this ridicule and this negative talk on a player. Yes, she's aggressive. Yes, she's unapologetic. Yes, 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 she's all of that. But she isn't doing anything the females are not doing anything that the males haven't been doing. And then on top of that, you not only have this racist mentality raising its head, you have this sexism that's all of a sudden raising their head. What she does on the court should be separated from what she does off the court. So technically, we have two Americas, not only between the blacks and the mutants, or the minorities and the mutants, but also you have two Americas when it comes to ideologies, especially when it comes to sports. It's okay for the men to have this yambato, this arrogance, this confidence and all. But when it comes to the females, no, they're not supposed to do that. Why? They're athletes. They are as competitive as the men. And I would wager, in some cases, them women can kick the ass of some of the guys. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering, am I being over dramatic? Am I being theatrical? Am I taking in revising? Am I taking something that's not that serious and making it serious? Because sometimes I do that. I hate to admit that, but I do. Sometimes I am over dramatic. Sometimes I'm theatrical. I am. It's just who the hell I am. I can't help it. I mean, I'm 64 years old. What do you expect out of me? Give me a break. So, you have this two Americas. You have this two opinions, this two perspectives when it comes to the values, to what is America. You have the mutants who are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. They can wear what they want. They can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They can go wherever they want. They don't have to fulfill their obligations. They can lie, steal, rob, and that's okay. In their heads, that's okay. In their heads, they're the only ones that made this country what it is. That's what they want to believe. It's delusional, and I can't get it in my head. Is it that much mental illness out there? Because you have to understand racism is a mental illness. And whether we want to accept the fact or not, it is. Look at the premise of racism. It is a mental illness. How can you be so prejudicial? How can you be so against someone because the texture of their hair, because of their culture is totally different than yours? They're still humans. They still are a human being. And they do have some attributes that outweigh other cultures. And whether the mutants, the white folks, wish to, and eventually the white folks are going to have to, not during my time, not during my time. I'm 64, so at one time I asked God to give me what He promised me, and I think it was 78 years. I don't want to live to be 78. I want to live to be 90 some, even 100. I've asked God, and I told him, I said, I changed my mind. I've talked and I've prayed, and we've had these discussions that I just want what you promised me, and I want on the 29th of January, at whatever time I was born, I want you to take me. Now, that's all I want. Now, whatever the condition was on the day that I was born, that's when I want to be. That's when I want to go to sleep. I mean, that's what I've always asking for. That's what I've always talked to him. Oh, I talk to God. Believe it or not, I do. I talk to God just as if He's here in this chair watching me. But then I changed my mind. I don't want to. I want more. I deserve more. I do. I deserve more. Because why? Because I'm Oz. I deserve more. I demand more. I work for it. I pay for it. So I'm always theatrical. I'm always overdoing. So, but when I see what is transpiring, from what I see what is happening, it bombards me. It confuses me because I see all of this hatred. I see exactly what one party is trying to do. One party is trying to make this nation all white. When has this nation ever been all white? Please tell me, when has this nation always been all white? And then two, if that's the case, well then, if you want it all white, well then you need to give everything back that was created by minorities, especially by blacks. You need to give it back to them. I bet you want them minorities back then, because 99.9% of everything that's been invented, that has been created, has not been done by the mutants. I can't even think of anything white folks have created. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know what the white folks have created. They have created hatred. They have created wars. They have created murder. They have created backstabbing. They have created maliciousness. They have created everything that is evil, that is malicious, that is venomous in this world has come from the white folks. Yeah. Okay. Now I see what we did. We messed up. We mutants are messed up. And unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm a mutant. I'm a mutant. It's disgusting. It is really disgusting. But I have to be honest. I have to be transparent. We have messed up the world. And we have messed up the world under this umbrella of Christianity. And see, that's why I keep telling y'all, if you have white friends that confess to be Christian conservatives, they are slapping you in the face because they're telling you in your face, I'm a racist, I don't like you. And eventually we're going to do away with you. Now you can take that as facts, or you can take that as he's not serious. He's just being human. Okay, all right, all right. I will be around to see when the white folks slap you in your face. I promise you that. I will be around enough to see when them mutants try to make this nation into a pure white nation. I will be around for that. And I will see when them mutants understand that the black community that you are trying to enslave again, you stupid, because this black community, this black nation that we have now, they're not their great grandparents. They're not their parents. They're not their grandparents. You're going to catch hell. I'm going to be around. I won't be around to see the ending of it. Thank you, Jesus. But I will be around to see when it initiates, when it starts. I pray that it don't start. I pray that the black community will have some type of sense, some type of common sense, some type of understanding that you have to be proactive now. We have got to quit being two Americas and come together as one America. Because we have two Americas, whether or not we wish to see the fact or not. And I get I get so upset when I hear white women say that. Well, I can understand how a black woman feels. Bitch, please. How can you understand how a black woman feels when the only thing that you have in common is both of you are females? I don't even know what it's like to be a black male. I don't want to know what it's like to be a black male because I don't think I have the stomach. I don't think that I have the constitution to withstand everything that a black male has to go through. I used to have discussions all the time with friends and all. I can teach a young black male what it's like to be a man because there are some similarities of being a man. There are some characteristics of being a man. I cannot teach a young black male how to be a black man because I'm not a black man. I can only speculate. Now, the only thing that I might have in common is when I started at state, I went through initiation period every semester, every quarter, every semester. I went through this initiation because there were certain areas of the United States that did not have white folks. Can you believe that? So I went through initiation period every semester, every quarter. I know what it's like to have oranges thrown at you because you're white. I know what it's like to be called ghost, Reagan. What was those words? Ghost, Reagan. There was other. I understand. I understand what it's like to have individuals bark like dogs because there is this thing that when white folks' hair gets wet, they start smelling like dogs. So I understand the hurt when people start barking like dogs. I understand what it's like to have your tires slashed, not flattened, just cut because you're talking to somebody's homegirl. Now, that I don't even equate that to a lifetime. I don't equate what I went through at state for the first 2 years to anything that someone has gone through their lifetime because you can't. you can't equate, you cannot equal that, because there's no balance to that. I have a snippet of it. I have a snippet of it. I have the freedom to know, unfortunately, that when I come home and close my door, I'm okay. But as a black male, I would not be okay, because there's always that fear. There's always that paranoia. When a cop gets behind me, well, I have a little problem. But usually when a cop gets behind me, I don't get scared. When I had OnStar, I was ready for him. And then when I learned how to use what is it, Face, what is it, Go Live, shoot, I was ready. So see, I don't know how to be a black male because I'm not black. I've never went through the same horrors, the same paranoia, the same bull that a black male goes through. So I can teach a young black male how to be a man because there's some similarities. Being responsible, having integrity, having character. All men should have that. Your word is your bond. But when it comes to actual living, I don't. So when I hear these white folks say, well, I understand. How do you understand? How do you couldn't even last a day. If there was a way for you to experience being black, you couldn't last a day. And you can't tell me you can. And even if you're dating, even if you're married, even if you are in an interracial relationship, even if you are in a marriage or not, there's still a separation. You can only speculate. And then if you're fortunate to adopt a black child, you have to keep in mind that child has to understand their culture, because the upkeep is different than that of a white kid. The history, the perception is different. So just because that child may have white parents, the world, the neighborhood is still seeing that child as black. And see, that's one thing I have. Parents, you get on my nerves. You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves because you keep forgetting that there's two Americas. And you allow your children to socialize with these white kids without actually knowing these parents. And these white kids are saying these things, or mentally abusing your child, and your child not knowing the significance, or laughing and carrying on. And that's damaging their image, because they're thinking that, well, because Billy Bob can do this, I can't, but he can't. Because in the bigger picture, and I've been through instances, I've witnessed where they have been raised together, but when they get into trouble, the white kids don't know the black friend. And that's what worries me the most, is that are you fulfilling your obligation? I ask for forgiveness for this. I really do. I ask for forgiveness for this. Are you living up to your responsibility in creating a well-rounded individual, a productive individual that actually knows what is happening, that can be enriched with their black culture, knowing that they're having to go into a white world? Are you training your children? Are you teaching your children that, yes, you have as much opportunity that your white friends do, but there are limitations? Now you're going to have to work harder. It's not right, but baby, that's just the way it is. Doesn't mean that you set limitations on yourself. Whatever you want, you go for it, and I'm going to back you up. And then you've been around white folks so long, you've been indoctrinated with them, in that you lost your sharpness. You hear things, but yet you don't hear things. You allow things to be said without challenging them because your white friends know they can say it because you're totally oblivious to it, and you let it go over your head. And trust me, mutants know what they're doing. I'm a mutant. I know what I'm doing most of the time. Sometimes I do it deliberate. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being transparent with you. And yes, because I have those genes, I have to be more conscientious of those genes. Because all white folks have those genes. We have those genes. I'm just more conscientious of those genes. I not only have the white folks genes, but I have my daddy's and my ancestors' genes. So you may see eyes, but shoot, there's 16 other people in me. So I know what my transgressions are. I know what my limitations are. And I have to know when to control those genes. I know I have to keep saying to myself, none of your business, none of your business, none of your business, none of your business. Because white folks always want to get into people's business. White folks are always wanting to tell somebody, well, why don't you do this? It's none of my business. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. Now, if you ask, well, then, okay, I'm free. But if you have not asked, a white person has no reason to say something because they don't know. They don't know what it's like to get a job and then you have to change your hairstyle. You can't have your natural hair. Why does a natural hair offend the white establishment? What about the natural hair? What about does it does when oh wait. When you see an afro, when you see a natural way, does that white gene all of a sudden hit you and say Black Panthers or civil rights? Is that what does that provoke that fear in you because you're scared of the hair? And then to have the audacity, why would you want to touch somebody's hair? That is so disrespectful. You're told what to wear. You're told how to wear your hair. You're told what you can do, what you can't do. And then all of a sudden you get all these promotions on your job. And then you forget there's a glass ceiling because the white folks have put that limitation on you because they're scared that if you exceed them, you're going to be better than them. That's not your problem. That's their problem. Two Americas, one black, one white. And then when it comes to buying a home or when you're selling your home, the injustices that are done with that. When you play a sport, all of a sudden you're the villain, you're the dark ones. I don't understand. And I'm open. At 64 years old, I still want to learn. I still want to understand why things are what they are. I mean, the cultures have been together for, close to 600 years, people. 600 years. Why do you still have this prevalent of this fear? It has to be mental illness. You cannot justify it for anything else. It's mental. Now, does that say that they don't know any better? Oh, you're going too far now. You're going too far. You're going too far now. Yes, the white folks know what they're doing. Just like the Birmingham Southern College event or incident. Them white folks know what they're doing. They want to play that pity party. And they know which blacks to go to play that pity party with so that those black politicians will all of a sudden be so supportive and be so energized that, yes, we have to keep this white private institution, this white racist private institution open because it's going to cause an emptiness to the neighborhood. It's going to cause a blight to the neighborhood. It's already an emptiness. It's already a blight. Birmingham Southern has done nothing for Birmingham. Has done nothing for college. Uh, 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 college hills. They've never done anything. And how many? Whew. So am I? Please tell me, am I being too theatrical? Am I being too over dramatic when I see that the Republican Party is trying to erase Black history? When I see that the Republican Party is trying to limit the advancements of Blacks. I mean, Tennessee State University should cause fear. You have a state government, a state legislature that has wiped out the board of trustees, that has put in their puppets, that does not have a vested interest in that university. Where are the alumni? How come that the alumni should come out in force and scare? Listen, white folks, white folks are pussies, people. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they're pussies. If you have over 1,000, and that's too low. But if you had 1,000 alumni of Tennessee State to invade the Capitol, to visit the Capitol, you would see a change. You would see a change. And see, these legislators don't seem to understand here in Alabama, you're not a full-time legislature because you have your own jobs. We know where you live. We know where you work. We know your children. We know your family. And I think that it should be stopped that when it's a conflict of interest, why would you allow someone who has owned a pharmacy to come up with a bill to charge people $10 and something for prescriptions? That's a conflict of interest. Why would you allow a white idiot that lives in Florida to represent you in the Senate? You wouldn't let a Black do that. And please tell me, why does it seem like there are more Blacks that will go to a white mega church, but you don't see any white folks go to a Black mega church? Explain that to me, please. I'm waiting. So am I being over dramatic? Am I being over dramatic because finally it has come out and it's been understood and it's a well known that HBCUs have not been funded as what the white schools have. See, that's one reason why the board of trustees over at Tennessee State was fired, because they wanted their money. Now here, Alabama and A&M, their board of trustees did not want that money. Tell me why. Tell me why the board of trustees of Alabama A&M in Normal, Alabama did not want the money that is rightfully theirs. Please tell me. Check out Donald Watkins' site. Donald Watkins. Check out his site and you'll find out. Donald Watkins. So am I being over dramatic? 'Cause I'm serious. I want to know. There should not be two Americas. There should not be a minority. There should not be the white folks. There's only one race, the human race. There are different cultures in the human race. Two Americas. You think that after my ancestors were beaten, robbed, stolen, separated, treated worse than animals, animals were treated better than slaves. So do you think that that flag is going to have the same meaning? Not. Do you think that the national anthem is going to have the same meaning? Not. Has our government fulfilled its obligations to the Indians? Have they fulfilled the treaties? Have they fulfilled the treaties? Two Americas. We need to start here at home. We need to start here in Birmingham. We need to start electing those individuals that's going to look after our interest. That means from the county commission to the municipalities, to the cities, when it comes to the mayor, when it comes to the council, when it comes to the Board of Education, when it comes to Montgomery, when it comes to the governor, when it comes to the legislators. We have to be proactive now. Technically, you have no choice. You don't have a choice. Well, yeah, you do. You can wait to the last minute and find that everything that weren't won, everything that was fought for, you have foolishly given away. You foolishly gave it away. Knowingly. And see, that's the thing. You knowingly gave it away. On purpose. And then you want to complain. Then you want to complain. Two Americas. Minority and the white folks. Two perspectives. Living simultaneously with each other. Cultures have grown and mixed and combined together. As I've used many times before, soul food and country food are one and the same. I know how to cook chitlins. I know how to clean chitlins. I know how to eat chitlins. I eat every vegetable that's out there. Black-eyed peas, northern beans, green beans, pinto beans, lima beans, baby limas. I know how to cook cornbread from scratch, not that little cake stuff. I know how to fry chicken. Fried chicken is the hardest meat to cook because it may be done on the outside, but it may be red on the inside. So there's a certain temperature you have to cook chicken. Chicken is the hardest to cook, especially those breasts and thighs. Sometimes them legs too. Depending on that's how come I don't get the big breasts and no, because no. I know. So country cooking and soul food is one and the same. I know how to eat greens. I know how to cook greens. Collard greens, turnip greens, mustard, spinach. And believe it or not, I know how to eat with my fingers. I sure do. I sure do. My best friend Samantha taught me how to eat greens with my finger with cornbread because now that's an art and that's a culture when it comes to the black race or the black culture. Forgive me. See there, mentality, the black culture. Because see, you have to have the right consistency or the right ratio of juice and cornbread. Because if you have too much juice, it's all going to be watery and it's going to get all over you. If you don't have enough of juice from the greens, it's going to be crumbly. But if you have the right ratio of the mixture, because you have to use your hands, you have to the circle and you have to combine it together. You have to use your hands to the point to where it's a paste. It's a paste, and you'd be surprised. Those greens taste better when you eat with your fingers than when you eat with a utensil. Telling you now. Telling you now. Telling you now. I've been blessed. I have been divinely blessed in more ways than one. More ways than one. And I don't take that for granted anymore. I know that in some areas I have to be less emotional, which is really hard for me. I have to be less emotional. But I just want to know if I'm being over dramatic, am I being theatrical? If I'm putting too much into something that's not that. Am I the only one seeing it? I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did know. I know that if we don't start being proactive now, there's going to be a worse divide between the white America and the minority America. When you see DEI being eliminated, when you see certain social programs being challenged, when you see all these changes, you have Mississippi who wants to close 3 HBCUs. You have Tennessee State who has lost their trustees that had a vested interest in it. And don't think that it can't happen here in Alabama. Don't think that it cannot happen in any other Republican-led government, because it can and it will. But I think here in Alabama, I think the legislators should be hopefully wise enough to know, don't try that here. Do not try that here. Do not try to take our board of trustees away from us. Do not even try to dictate what we can and can't do. And now we know that we are a public institution, and we know that we are governed by the state. But what you do to us, you better do to them white folks. And what you do to them white folks, you better do to us. So, what you gonna do? And again, are you paying attention to what is transpiring? Are you paying attention to what is occurring right in before you? Are you not concerned about DEI being totally eliminated? And if you are a black athlete, you should be conscientious enough, hopefully, to not take you behind to no white institution. You shouldn't. And I'm telling you, if you Hoover's a good example. Do you not when Jay when what I forgot the EJ when EJ was murdered over in Galleria? Do you know that Carlos pretty much was close to closing down Hoover? Do you understand that Carlos pretty much was so close to closing down Hoover? And we can close Hoover if there was some type of uniformity, if there was some type of understanding, same type of blueprint. We could close Hoover down because we could stop patronizing. We can stop shopping there. All it would take is 6 months, but yet all it would take is 6 months. All it really would take is really a month, because we don't seem to understand that when you go and you shop there, those taxes that you pay go to the maintenance, the upkeep of Hoover. And you can close Hoover down, in a month. And you won't have to do anything, because if you stop shopping in those stores, then the Chamber of Commerce is going to get in touch with the city council, and the chambers is going to tell them, the business folks are going to tell them, listen, y'all need to do something because we're not making any money. And then the council are going to understand, well, shoot, if the businesses are not making any money, that means that we're not generating enough of revenue to maintain. That means that something's going to have to go. And white folks aren't going to give up nothing. So what are you going to give up? You're going to give up garbage, or you're going to give up the fire department? You're going to give up the police, or you're going to give up the cities? What are you going to do? Because see, the money that is generated from those taxes, that's revenue for the city. How do you think the city operates? That 1 cent tax that Mayor Langford came up with, that came from sales tax, in which helped schools to be built. 1 cent. That 1 cent sales tax. And then what is it? You had Winona, you had Huffman. There was other schools, but I remember Winona and Huffman being built. But I saw that Ramsey didn't get any money. I'm just saying. Ramsey didn't get nothing. Didn't get anything. I just thought about something. They could merge Ramsey into Parker. Parker High School ain't going nowhere. Even though it's in a dying community, Parker's not going anywhere. You could transfer those special kids from Ramsey over to Parker, because Ramsey High School is falling apart. The only thing that you build over there is that abstract gym. And then I'm thinking that, what is it, Brighton, Lipscomb, Midfield, Fairfield can be combined together and either annex into Bessemer or annex into Birmingham. Shoot, Fairfield can be annexed. Fair, Fairfield can be annexed to Pleasant Grove. But I'm just wondering, two Americas. You have the white America who have this entitlement mentality that everything that has been done by whites. It's mental illness. And then you have the minorities. You have the blacks. You have the native Indians that have been unjustly persecuted. So, but it is what it is. So what you going to do? What are you planning on leaving your children? What type of condition are you planning on leaving your children? Tell me. I'm open. I'm listening. Tell me, what are you planning to leave your children? Because see, my generation is tired. We've been tired. We had to take on things that the last generation. So we tired. Now we have faith in you. We do. Parents, I who admire you so much. I have an abundance respect for you because you've been strong and you're going to continue being strong and you're going to continue doing what you know is best for your family and for your children. Y'all strong. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all tremendously. Appreciate y'all tremendously. Two Americas. Think about it. You know what? I love you. Know your value. Know your worth. Know that you can do anything that you want. Do you. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Also, if you have not done so, please contact those individuals who mean a lot to you. Please contact them and just let them know that, hey, I was thinking about you. You know I love you. And even if you pretty much know what their needs are, pop by and bring them. Sometimes just bring them the necessities, or bring them something that they like to eat. I was listening to something on TikTok to where a father was messaging his son, hadn't seen his son, wanted to spend some time with his son. And then the next thing you know, a mom's calling the son, letting the son know that the father has passed away. Please do not be that. Please do not be that. Please take time and love those around you who love you. Y'all take care. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.